Kelly, middle school language arts teacher, author of the Lucia Chronicles and the Elementals. This is just a short video on my experience with advanced reader copies as an indie author. I had never done ARCs before with the Lucia Chronicles, but I decided with my new YA series, the Elementals, that I wanted to try to do some ARCs. And I am recently, probably about 6 months now or so, part of the Bookstagram community. And I know some of you, we follow each other here on this channel as well. But that's kind of what gave me the push to try and do ARCs, because I just never understood the logistics of it. My Facebook page I've had for 3 years now, my author page, and I only have about 200 followers on there, and most of them are friends and family. And Twitter, I have a lot of followers, but that's kind of a different environment for me to want to do ARCs. So I decided that Bookstagram was the way to go, because my followers, I've been getting about 100 followers a month on Bookstagram, and if you're curious, it's at author Jennifer L. Kelly is my account. And I do follow back Bookstagrammers and people with just cool accounts in general, but I don't really like spam or really unrelated accounts, because I do try and maintain the integrity as a Bookstagram account. So anywho, I decided that I would look and see how some other authors have done it, and I kind of based my own parameters on what other people have done. And so I was willing to give 10 paperback copies to US residents, because shipping is just so darn expensive internationally. I mean, can we get a call for international book mail? I mean, in the US we have great media mail prices, and it's just so, you know, even in Canada it's like $15 or to send to Europe or wherever. So it's kind of crazy. So I did, the first 10 people to comment on the post with their state got a paperback. And I included some swag, some of which I'd ordered and some of which I'd made, and a little note telling them, you know, like what I expected, where they would post reviews and things like that. I also, you can Google that and find one, really, like a template to follow. It's fairly easy to find, or just make your own. I'm talking about time frame and expectations and whatnot. And then I was willing to give out 30 ebook ARCs, and I converted those myself, which that was easy to find how to do online as well. I believe if you go to my Pinterest in the writer's tips and tricks board, that I have some things pinned there that are ways of handling ARCs and converting files and things like that. So I ended up doing that myself, and I used MailChimp, which is my newsletter service, to create a separate list, which you can create segments and lists in MailChimp, to have my ARC readers so that I could follow up with them later to remind them to post their reviews. But in no way do I spam them at all. I only initially sent them the file. I did not get 30, because I was going to do 50 ARCs, or no, that's not it. That's not right math. I was willing to do 40 ebook ARCs, so I could have 50 total. And I ended up getting about, I think I have like 35 total maybe. And from everywhere. I have some e-readers in Australia. I don't know if I have anybody in the UK. I know that I have some all over the United States. I have some in India, the Philippines, Pakistan, I think. So kind of all over, which is also really just cool and fun in itself. So then, after I sent out ARC books and posted a couple pictures on Instagram, I kind of let it sit. And so I did this in August, I believe. And so now it's October, and really I kind of sent them out early. You're supposed to send them out 3 to 6 months before, but I don't know necessarily how I feel about that. So everything seems to be going well. And then recently, which I wish I would have done this sooner, so learn from my mistake, I contacted the Goodreads librarians and asked them if I could add the ARC edition to my dashboard so that people could shelve it. And I was able to. I didn't know if they would do that because it's not posted to Amazon yet, but they did. And so it was great, and I've already started getting some reviews and some rates on there, and that has made me really happy. And now it's available. Plus they put the next book on there, which comes out in December, because I'm going to release the series my goal is to release one of the books every 3 months, starting October 25th. So the next book is on there, so people can shelve that book as well. I do not know how to do pre-orders on Amazon. I do know that you can do it with Kindle. I have not tried it yet. Right now I did my ARC editions, the paperbacks. I did that through CreateSpace, and I kind of covered up the ISBN in the ISBN inside and outside of the cover, and kind of put ARC not for resale. On the ebook and on the paperback, I had a sticker, or it wasn't a sticker in the ebook obviously, but that says, you know, advanced reader copy and things like that. And then what I'm doing, so like you can create in CreateSpace and then just don't select any outlets for retail or for sale, and just deselect them all, and then that way it's not being distributed. But in order to order that many proofs or ARCs, I had to make it available for sale. But I could deselect all the outlets so that it wouldn't show up anywhere. Otherwise you can't order that many proofs. So that's what I did, and then I re-uploaded my files, and with an ISBN that I purchased through Boker in the bulk of 10 for like $125, and I will have a ISBN for paperback and hardback. Newsflash, when I did The Fractured Life of Jenny McLean, I did not know that the hardback and the paperback should have separate ISBNs. I don't know how that slipped my mind in terms of processing, but the way it ended up being is that on Amazon the paperback is available, and on like Books A Million and Barnes & Noble the hardback is available, which is fine with me. It's actually a good deal on the hardback price. It's not a good deal for me as an author in terms of what I make per book, and in terms of like when I want to order a copy, it's actually cheaper for me if I wanted to order a copy through like Barnes & Noble or Books A Million or IndieBound. But that's okay. I mean, it's a good deal for my readers, and that's the most important part. So far, my adventures in advanced readers copies has been very positive. It is very stressful, the logistics of it. So I recommend, if you're a very organized person, or if you have a publicist or an assistant or somebody else in your life who's extremely organized, I have a file with contact information. Like I said, not to, you know, spam them or anything, but so I can reach these people to remind them to post reviews within, you know, 2 weeks or so of the book being released, to generate some buzz. I've had lots of awesome bookstagrammers make some awesome photos, and it's really exciting to see my series in photos with like Sarah J. Maas, because I mean, come on, they call her the queen. Although in my heart J.K. Rowling's the queen. I can't give that title to Sarah J. Maas yet because I haven't read any of her books, but Court of Roses and Thorns, Thorns and Roses, ACOTAR is on my TBR list, as well as book 2. So I'll start there and then see what I think. I know that some of her recent releases have created a frenzy, but I think most people love her, and I gotta read it to find out my own opinion. But anyway, it's really cool to just see your book on people's TBR lists, and to see your book in pictures with like really famous authors and stuff. It's just really cool. So far my experience with ARCs has been positive. As I learn, I will probably update a video, or post another video, but hopefully this encourages you, if you're an indie author, to try advanced readers copies, and don't forget to have fun while you're doing it, because it can be stressful, but just remember that the end result is an awesome one. And then meanwhile, happy reading and happy writing.